Hi, I'm Karl Gillow. I'm going to be giving my persuasive speech for Fundamentals of Speech class. First, I would like to introduce my audience. Okay, for my persuasive speech, I chose to do reasons why you should lift weights. Right, the benefits of lifting weights for your body, mentally, physically, and beyond. So first thing with lifting weights, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, I don't really need to lift weights. And that may be partially true. But once we get done going over the benefits today, you may at least be interested in trying it out. Because there are a lot of benefits to lifting weights as opposed to many other forms of exercise. So that's what we're going to try to do today. And hopefully maybe get some of you guys to want to go out and lift weights. Okay, so this is my first slide here. Alright, lifting weights is beneficial to your body. If you can see that. We're trying to work with our camera here. Alright, so I got a quote from a guy named Mark Rifto. If any of you have ever followed a training protocol called Starting Strength. It's a very basic barbell workout, which is my favorite, happens to be. And his famous quote says that strong people are harder to kill than weak people and more useful in general. Okay, so I know everyone's automatically thinking, that's not exactly right. All right, but let's think about that for a minute. Now, when you're doing an everyday task, all right, lifting something up, whether it be a gallon of milk at the grocery store or changing a tire, whatever the case may be. Now, think about if you were stronger, how much easier that task may be, right? And there's also a lot of people that do some form of aerobic exercise, which is good too. There are many benefits to that as well, right? But the carryover is less. Now, what I mean by that is when you do aerobic exercise such as long distance running, yes, you're going to build up a certain amount of endurance, but there's very little strength return. Now, if you take somebody that does strength training and they build up to a certain degree of strength, they're stronger. And with that strength comes a certain amount of endurance. Now, an example of that could be somebody that squats 400 pounds can do, say, a body weight squat with many more reps. Whereas somebody who runs a marathon may not be able to ever squat 400 pounds. So the carryover's there. And like I said, there's less return with aerobic exercise as far as strength is concerned. All right? And like I said, those everyday tasks that you may be doing become much easier. Whether it's changing a tire, grocery shopping, picking up a child. We have plenty of those here. So different tasks like that in everyday life are going to become so much easier. And of course that's going to help you out. The harder to kill part, it's kind of for fun, but obviously somebody that is more physically capable and strong is probably going to be a little bit harder to kill. Moving on to my next slide. And hopefully you can see these. All right, we have obesity, which happens to be a major problem in this country. And the slide says more than 1/3 of U.S. adults are obese. Okay, that's a scary fact, right? And we have pretty close to equaling that number with children now, and that's even more scary. Obesity-related conditions include heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, certain types of cancer as well, some leading causes of preventable deaths. Right? So the fact is the majority of jobs in the world today are less physically demanding. Right? So by working out, strength training, you can lower some of these risks. That seems like a great benefit. Having a healthier society, what's better than that? All right, and that was cited from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. All right, so moving on, we have our next slide. It involves basically the same thing. It's talking about weight loss, but this has sort of a double benefit when you're strength training. Yes, can you lose weight by doing some form of aerobic exercise? Yes, absolutely. All right, but if you lift weights, you can lose fat and you're building muscle at the same time. Whereas if you do aerobic only exercise, you're going to end up losing a certain degree of muscle as well. Just the nature of it. Okay, that's the way it works. Now another benefit is if you gain a certain degree of muscle and you carry more muscle mass, you're going to burn more calories. So you're going to lose even more fat in the end and be in better overall condition. Okay, so just to carry on, with the obesity problem, yes, we can lose weight doing this, and probably a more effective means of losing weight than if we just went outside and ran every day. All right, our next slide here. You can be happier, less stressed, and perhaps even smarter, according to certain studies. Mr. Adam Campbell, 12 Reasons You Should Lift Weights. There are studies cited in that that talk about all these items here. 3 or more strength workouts per week over 6 months significantly improves your mood. Right? Who doesn't want to be in a better mood? See, now I know you're interested. Under stressful situations, the blood pressure of people with more muscle return to normal faster than those with less. Okay, so just being stressed, everyone deals with stress, whether you have kids or you're working 2 or 3 jobs like myself and trying to go to college. Whatever the case is, we all have a certain degree of stress in our lives, and we can all benefit from releasing some of that in a productive manner. Because a lot of times, what do people do when they're stressed out? They turn to something like shopping or food or drinking, perhaps alcoholic beverages, anything that's probably not so good for you and in the long run may make you more stressed out. Right? Lifting weights can help you out with that. And in the one study, they showed that there's better short-term and long-term memory, improved verbal reasoning, and a longer attention span for those that participated in weight training. So these are all very good things. Like I said, being stressed out, being happier, more confident with everyday activities and your abilities around others, it's definitely going to help you out. All right, strength training will also increase your bone density. When you strength train, you stress your bones to a certain degree that they will adapt, just as your muscles do. Right? Your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, your bones are the same way. The obvious benefits to your muscles will also happen to your bones. They will adapt and they will grow stronger. Osteoporosis will, your risk for that will be greatly decreased. So you need, Bear, please sit down. Where was I? I apologize. I'm working with children here. That's according to the Mayo Clinic, lowering your risk for osteoporosis, increasing your bone density, your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons, all these things will also reduce your risk for any type of injury. Alright, so my last slide shows my works cited. If you can see that, I know the lighting is terrible, kind of coming up there. Okay, so this is a persuasive speech. So the one thing I would like to say, that I can show you all this works cited. I can talk about it and talk about it, which is basically me saying, well, this person said this about this. I happen to weight train and I love it. All right, so I can tell you from personal experience, some of these benefits are very true. Releasing stress, being happier overall, being more confident, the health. I stay fairly lean as I get older here, and so it does make a difference that way. Getting injured less, all of those things are very true. So I encourage everyone, if you've never thought about it, to get in some form of strength training. And of course, you want to do that the right way. Get a qualified trainer to help you out with that. Lift safely with good technique and form always. And just give it a try. Thanks for watching.